Today is an incredibly special day because it marks 100 days until the release of the Nintendo Switch. And so what better day than to start our passion project, SwitchForce. I don't think I've been more excited for a new console, a new system in my lifetime. The Switch comes out in March, and so myself and my greatest friends have created a channel exclusively for Nintendo Switch content and games and goodness, and it begins today. I am Zach. You may know me from my other channel, Ghost Robo, but this is completely separate and a new venture, a new project, a new real love and a hardcore passion for me, which is Nintendo. So this channel will be dedicated exclusively to the Switch, and joining me for this journey is, who's with me?
Who goes first? I'm here. I'm Gabe.
Hi, Gabe.
Hi.
Nice to join us.
I didn't know who was going to go first between me and this other person.
Well, seniority rules.
Sure. I'm not that old. Hi.
Hi. Tell me, Gabe, what qualifies you to be on a Nintendo channel?
Me and Reggie are cousins.
Okay, besides that?
Reggie tattooed a Triforce on my body.
You do have a Triforce tattoo.
Yes. It was not given to me by Reggie. Well, the guy's name might have been Reggie. I don't know.
You didn't ask him his name?
No.
I feel like knowing the tattoo artist's name would be like critical. Be like, okay, hi, my name's Gabe. What's your name? I want to make sure that you're not going to screw this up. You're not going to like accidentally hypnotize me and then like take me to this back room and transport me to a different country.
We've had this conversation off air, but I'm going to get another Nintendo related tattoo very soon, and I will do a full background check. And I'm going to need to know his like GPA from when he was in school, maybe some of his like family values.
That's very important. Tell us, does this tattoo have any connection to the Switch?
No, it doesn't. Maybe that'll be the tattoo
the third
after.
tattoo, you'll get just get the Switch tattooed on your face, the little like the logo with the two dots, and one of your you got to have one of your eyes move down a little so you can have your eyes be the dots.
Okay, all right, but there's another person here. We should talk to them now.
Who is our charming third gallant man?
It is the wonderful Jake.
What's up, wonderful Jake?
How's it going?
It's just swell. We're just three old friends talking about Switch. And why do you like Nintendo?
Why do I like Nintendo? That is a very deep and integral question. I was featured in the original Smash Brothers.
Oh, which character were you?
I was the tall purple polygon.
I thought you were going to say you were the giant hand.
I thought you said you were Donkey Kong.
See, you guys were all wrong. You don't even know what I look like. What kind of friends are you?
Yeah, well, sometimes the internet betrays us, and we don't know exactly what you look like.
So you have revealed that you are a catfish.
Yes, but not a literal catfish. Just
Jake, you are the real Switch.
Polygon. Yes, bait and switch. Gotcha.
No, okay, but seriously, Zach, tell the people a little bit about what's going to be on the channel and what type of things we will be doing.
Exactly. So SwitchForce is obviously a mashing of Triforce and Switch. And because there's three of us, because Zelda is like a humongous, basically like, tent pole for the Switch, and just because the Switch is going to be a force to be reckoned with. I really feel like this is going to be incredibly awesome and incredibly popular, and so we wanted to make a channel dedicated to that system. So in the 100 days leading up to the Switch's release, we will be covering sort of our hopes, our predictions. As information comes out, we'll discuss all of it. We're looking at a channel that is full of previews, of reviews, of live streams, of news, of rumors, of a lot of things, a podcast even, that sort of really give you all of the good details on the Switch. And eventually, as the games come out, I think it's safe to say that I will have a bunch of access to this, and will be bringing you guys that information right away as soon as I can, and giving you guys hands-on impressions and a lot of good photos and video and insight as soon as I can and as soon as we can. And so the three of us are going to guide you sort of through up to the launch of Switch and then beyond, as the system releases and as all the games and the accessories and all the cool stuff comes out. We'll be testing it all out. We'll be reviewing it for you, and we'll be bringing you a lot of really in-depth and quality coverage. We're going to be really upping the game in terms of presentation and bringing you guys cool boss fights, secrets, special things you may not have noticed, and again, those more traditional forms of previews, reviews, and podcasts as well. And sometimes it'll be all three of us. Sometimes it'll just be two of us. Sometimes one of us. And that's kind of the cool flexibility of SwitchForce, is that you've got a Triforce of voices that will be journeying on this epic quest towards Nintendo's return to glory together.
Zach, which
Also-
Triforce piece do you have?
Also, oh, okay. All right, fine. Get into that first.
All right,
Go ahead.
before Gabe brings us to the next point, so there's courage,
Power.
wisdom. I feel like I'm wisdom.
No, that's totally me.
Okay,
Oh,
okay, fine.
uh-oh.
Gabe is wisdom, Jake is power, and I'm courage.
Yeah, I guess. Although you can give me power also.
Okay,
Gabe, you get power.
Okay, Jake, you get courage.
Doesn't really apply, but I'll take it.
Okay,
Maybe
Jake,
that's what I need.
Yeah, you need it. You
I need
gotta
to find
that
the
one.
Triforce. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Maybe I'm just the blank hole in the middle of the Triforce.
Well, Gabe, I think power fits you best.
You
You're
think
ve-
so? But also
you're-
wisdom.
You're very powerful in so many facets. You're a powerful being. You have a powerful mind, a powerful heart,
Powerful voice.
powerful voice.
As you will come to know eventually.
Powerful beard.
Yes.
Yeah,
Gabe has a
you-
majestic beard. And we will be mixing in this video. Obviously, you're seeing cool gameplay, but we will be mixing in face cam as it's fit. And again, just trying to bring you guys the best quality videos that are really focused all on Switch. That's what we're going to be covering. There won't be any other walkthroughs or any of that sort of stuff. It's going to be Nintendo Switch exclusive and sort of getting you ready for launch, and then covering all the games and all the goodness once that March 17th day hits.
And to interject here a little bit, the reason that we thought that this was a cool idea is because just there's like a crazy amount of stagnation as far as like gaming content is on the internet. Everybody does the walkthroughs, everybody does crazy long let's plays for the exact same video games. So there's a lot of things that are just bloated, really, and to focus on this one thing. And yeah, I mean, I feel like we would still have like traditional stuff, like if you enjoy let's plays, obviously everybody can voice your opinion, and as we make the content, you can definitely give us feedback, and I'm sure we will apply it as we go. So I mean, if you see certain things that we do that you love, definitely be vocal about it. That way we continue to do that and kind of find our voice as a channel going forward in that manner, because we know what we want the channel to be in its essence, but I feel like we have broad strokes for it, and everything else we're kind of just figuring out along the way. So if you guys could help out with that, that'd be great.
Yeah, and a lot of the 100 days of content leading up to Switch will be sort of really nailing that formula down, so that when the Switch does release, we can just really be your absolute go-to source for everything Switch, and for fun live streams of the games, a lot of fan interaction, giveaways, a whole lot of cool community connection, and then also sort of our expertise as people who have been involved with games for ages, and who have access to all these companies and play all the things and get to see them early, really bringing you guys and girls all of that info and all of that hype and enthusiasm and analysis as frequently and as early as possible. That being said, there's been a ton of Switch rumors, and so I kind of want to just touch on what are some things we're most excited for with the Switch coming out. And I'll start off with one of them. And for me, I'm incredibly excited for that portability, because every time I go to the airport, which is more frequent than I guess I think, I'm actually flying quite often, compared to the norm, I'm always like, I wish I had my Switch. And so even though I don't have like a train ride or a bus commute to work, I think it's going to be so cool to really be able to move this system wherever I want, even within my own apartment, or even within, LA, or even when I fly home or whatnot, and have that portability. I'm just super pumped that I will be able to take those exact games with me, because that's something I've wanted for ages. Is like, I know the Vita can do some of that a little bit, but I always wanted like a legit portable PS4 or a legit portable Wii U, and now that's kind of what we're getting.
All right, we'll do one or two each. So Jake,
Sure.
You can go, and it gives me time to think of mine. Do you have one?
I think the coolest thing from the sort of teaser trailer of the Switch is the 4-person multiplayer with 2 switches, where you can detach the 2 sides of the screen or remote controller and give each half to a different person. So you're kind of playing with like a retro NES type style controller, and can play like Mario Kart or something basic like that, like basically anywhere. Because like I know from being in college and different stuff, going over to people's houses and lugging like a whole PlayStation 4 or something, it could kind of be a pain. But if you could have like a drop and pop of Mario Kart or Mario Party or something simple but fun anywhere you wanted to, basically in a park or on a plane, like you said, or in somebody's house or in the corner of the room with like little kids. Like that, I think that's like the coolest thing. And the fact like that, it's just so versatile that you can play, with the controller on the screen. You can play with the controller separate. You can play with like almost like a Wiimote nunchuck kind of floating controller in each hand. You can give them to other people. Like I just think it's so cool how versatile it is and how many different ways you're able to play the system and still maintain the same game. And I think that for me, like the multiplayer anywhere is the coolest thing.
Yeah, I really love that, and it's sort of like a dream come true, because how many times as like a younger person did you wish you could just like bring your GameCube or bring your Wii like in the car and play multiplayer? You don't need a screen, you don't need a power source, you don't need anything. You can just do it. And I think that's sort of like the fulfillment. And when they talk about how our now sadly past and forgotten, sadly past but not forgotten friend Iwata, I'm sure one of the things they really wanted to work on was achieving kind of that sort of vision of like this gaming multiplayer, local couch co-op, couch competitive anywhere without really needing a whole lot of resources. It feels like it's sort of like expanding just the possibilities of multiplayer gaming just to their fullest extent.
All right. Mine is the thing I'm excited for with Nintendo is because with the Switch here is we're finally going to get an answer to a couple of things, right? Because gaming in general has been moving in a certain direction for the last decade or so. Super online, multiplayer focused. You don't see local co-op that much anymore, and this is literally the opposite thing. Also, we see graphics being pushed further than we've ever seen before. We have crazy PCs that can do 4K and 60 FPS. We have the PlayStation 4 Pro, and we have Scorpion coming. So gaming is going super, super graphically intense and realistic, and I feel like gameplay gets left behind in a lot of that. And like this is finally gonna be the deciding factor. Like, guys, everybody says this all the time, but does gameplay still matter to you? Because one thing that Nintendo does better than anybody else, and I think it's hard to make an argument that anybody does gameplay better than Nintendo, and like this is like the last hurrah for it, maybe. Like I hope it's super successful. Like I'm super into the idea. The concept is unique, and I'm 100% behind it. But like, will this be the change in the status quo that kind of brings people back to what like I feel the essence of gaming is? Because I think that's like super lost these days.
Yeah, I think that's a great point, and that's the main reason I've loved Nintendo from the start is they have such a commitment to gameplay and just that great hands-on-the-controller feel, and, we're getting rumored a fantastic launch window of games, and that's something that we'll be covering and discussing shortly. But I also want to sort of touch on how it looks like this could also sort of be also the answer to like the portable Nintendo Everything system. We saw a rumor today that it will have GameCube Virtual Console and specifically launch with Mario Sunshine, Luigi's Mansion, and Smash Bros. Melee. So like, what do you think about this not only being a beacon for new Nintendo projects such as Breath of the Wild and the 3D Mario that's rumored, but also like this is now your device to take maybe the entire Nintendo catalog wherever you go?
I think that's an interesting point. I mean, playing Mario Sunshine in the back of a car or something is very intriguing to me. I hadn't really thought of that before. I mean, if that's how I played Ocarina of Time was on 3DS and beat Mario 64 all the way through, and one playthrough was on 3DS. So yeah, I think definitely for people who haven't played or want to replay some of the classics like Mario Sunshine that are big titles that they just didn't get around to, I think it's definitely a huge incentive to be able to play it on a high graphic, highly portable, like you said, everything machine, and finally get around to those and relive those moments.
Or live them for the first time, because that was a long time ago.
Right.
And like, you're like, a lot of people that play games now were like children when Sunshine first came out, or even when like Melee came out. So just to be able to experience those things like for the first time, and you guys are talking about like playing this things like in the back of the car, like we don't know what the battery life is like on this thing. Sure. And obviously
even if it's like an hour or 2 hours, Gabe, I will take that in the back of a car any day.
Just give us the ability to charge it like in the car. Like
Well, the rumor is that it's going to be powered by USB-C. So in theory,
yeah, right. You can plug in that'd to a car charger, and that'd be amazing.
Yeah. Or I saw this morning for Christmas, there's a dancing Baby Groot USB charger that would be ideal.
Yeah, that's all we need.
Beautiful.
So that's basically like the focus of this channel is going to be bringing you everything Switch. I think it's pretty clear. We don't have a lot to worry about in terms of like, oh, what do we post? Because we know exactly what to post. It's all going to be focused on the games and the glory and the just greatness that this new console is. And I think like leading into our next video, which will be on our most anticipated and kind of our dream launch lineup, what's one game that you're super excited for Switch? And let's say you can't say Breath of the Wild because that's like the obvious easy answer.
3D
one
Mario.
Game that's yeah, I was gonna say one game that's real. If so, it's 3D Mario, right? Like, okay, yeah, it has to be a 3D Mario.
I mean, even not real. That's my thing. I mean, a Mario that's in the same lineage as or Super Mario 64 and Super Mario Sunshine, where you have a hub world and you're jumping into things to go to a different world. Yeah. Like not Galaxy or anything like that. But if it's like that and it's more based on those and not like 3D Mario, then that'd be my top thing.
Yeah, let's not get it super into it, so we can make that into a separate video. But if we can mention something that may not even exist, like for me, even above Mario would be Metroid, a new Metroid game, a real full Metroid game. I get it, 3DS people, you got a Metroid game and you loved it, huh? No, I'm joking. That's obviously a joke, but like we haven't had a legitimate Metroid game in a very, very long time, and I that would be amazing.
Yeah, I think for me, I mean, obviously the 3D Mario, but just to vary things up, I'm actually pretty interested in the RPG Rabbids Mario crossover that's been rumored, and I think pretty much confirmed by Ubisoft in a video showing a Mario and Luigi and Toad Rabbid in the background. I mean, I don't know why else they would have that if this project wasn't legitimate, but obviously if they go super light core, with the RPG elements, maybe whatever. But if perhaps they trend back, they take feedback from Paper Mario, and maybe they give us something that's a little bit more normalized, and that would be like super, super cool. And if it requires sort of a crossover with another developer, another publisher to make it happen, then so be it. And I would be super down to see the return of Mallow as a rabbit.
All right, very very last thing, right? The thing about Switch being portable and everything, it made me think. And you mentioned the Mario RPG, so I remember the ones on DS that I love so much. So like, you guys know how much I love Zelda. So I'm not saying like Minish Cap 2 or Spirit Tracks 2, but a Zelda game in that vein, that isn't like this like crazy like humongous thing, but it's still like the smaller mobile ones. Something like that on the Switch would be pretty great too. Like that you could still play on your screen. There's so many possibilities, man. I can't wait to like.
Yeah, I think an idea that like isn't that maybe we could touch on in a future video. Like I've never even thought of until you just said that. Is like, what if because of the portable nature of this and because it's sort of merging the 3DS and the Wii U, the handheld and the home console ecosystems, what if that allowed them to create like almost like new 16-bit games or to really facilitate like a new, what I mean? Like they could have teams develop. Because they would have such a wide audience, like you said, develop like legit a Minish Cap 2 with Minish Cap 2 graphics because it would be okay because you're playing it portable and people wouldn't necessarily expect, groundbreaking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So many cool
like,
things.
I love
this channel
those
exists.
games. Yeah.
So thank you for joining us here. If you enjoyed and want to subscribe, go for it. We will be bringing you a lot of content. There won't be videos posted every single day, but there will be videos posted very regularly. So stay tuned for those. Thanks a lot for being a part of SwitchForce. We are super pumped and excited to bring this to you. And I think for myself, Jake, and Gabe, this probably is a bigger hype cycle and a bigger point of passion for us than like the PlayStation 4 launch, the Xbox One launch, anything really in recent memory. So it felt like something that we just had to do.
Also, feedback, welcome. Channel, YouTube is in a weird place. Obviously, leave comments below, letting us know what type of content do you think would be cool. What you think about the idea in general, and of course, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a like if you did, and dislike it if you didn't for whatever reason. But any feedback, whether positive, negative, whatever you have for us, is greatly appreciated because we do want to make this as big and as fun for everybody as we possibly can.
Absolutely. So without further ado, we will see you all soon. SwitchForce has begun, and we cannot wait to see where it goes. Until next time, guys and girls, SwitchForce out.